Hello and namaste, my beautiful friends. I am Jill Loftus of Nuit Astrology. Welcome to your planetary energy forecast for the week of October the 23rd, 2023. So we are preparing for a full moon eclipse this coming weekend. We just wrapped up another super intense week. This month is a lot, so hopefully you're staying grounded. And incorporating some of the beneficial flows of energy into the management of some of these challenging aspects. So as we begin the week, we are enjoying that beautiful flow of the planets just moving into Scorpio. So we've got Mercury, just went into Scorpio right before this week begins, sends a beautiful energy over to Saturn and Pisces, right? So I love this for depth of understanding, for the reality check of it all. Beautiful. Now, as we start the week on the 23rd, the sun will move into Scorpio. So happy solar return to my dear Scorpio viewers. And then immediately it begins to pick up that beautiful flow of energy with Saturn, which is retrograde, moving backwards and coming back to 0 degrees of Pisces. Now, this may bring up some themes that started in March of this past year. And so you may see a little bit of how things rhyme, or a lesson comes to kind of completion, or you may see what the challenges are a little bit more clearly. But this trine energy is really useful. Do the work. Do note on the 23rd, we do have a moon void 3:05 p.m. till 4:33 a.m. the following day. So that whole afternoon, adjust it for your time zone, but it's a pretty long moon void, so keep an eye on that. Now, we begin to pick up some really intuitive energy on the 24th with the moon in Pisces. It's going to connect with Saturn, but it's also going to step into that trine energy with the south node and then pick up the trine also to that Mercury and to the sun. It's also going to pick up beautiful energy to Mars and also over to Jupiter. So I'm really liking the intuitive vibe of the 24th. Now, on the 25th, the Pisces moon gets a little bit of a challenge. And so I just watch, making sure that you're high vibing it, like great for spiritual stuff, but watch, there can be this Piscean desire to like disappear into things, to, overindulge in something, to block, to just kind of get yourself in the fog of things instead of seeing things clearly. So watch that. All right. We've got, on the 26th, we've got Mercury coming within 2 degrees of Mars. And so the mind and the actions begin to merge in the depths of Scorpio, right? So there's a level of intensity here. I've got a little chicken visitor over here. You might hear her. She's talking to me. Hello, boo-boo chicken. She's living in the back garden because she's injured. And the other ladies are not being nice to her. But yeah, we've got that almost 2-degree conjunction. We also got to watch on the 26th. We've got a moon void 2:39 a.m. to 6:02 a.m. Not a big deal for most East Coasters or even most of the United States, but if you're in a different time zone, I want you to be aware of that. The sun is still sending some beautiful energy to Saturn when that Mercury and Mars get close together. So enjoy that flow with that Pisces energy. Now, Mars and Mercury walking closely together in Scorpio begin to pick up an opposition or stand across the sky from Jupiter in Taurus. And so here's this push-pull of the energy of the depths of Scorpio and the reality check of Taurus, right? Love and money, or lust and money, secrets, investments, the occult. All of this is going to be really in high focus just in time for, our traditional celebrations, right? But keep in mind that that is how we start. We launch our full moon lunar eclipse. It is on the 28th. It's at 4:24 p.m. Eastern, and it is at 5 degrees 9 minutes of the sign of Taurus. It's the last of the Taurus eclipses because we're moving into the Libra Aries eclipses for the next year and a half. It's a bit of a rough one though. Before the moon gets to Taurus, it's going to be in Aries, right? And so it's going to square to Pluto. It's going to be a void from 4:20 a.m. until 7:44 a.m. Eastern, right? So the moon's going to be void. And then you pick up the exact Mars Mercury across from Jupiter. and, you know, right across from a full moon, right? So caution flag is up. I am liking the beautiful little sextile this full moon is giving to Saturn. I am also liking Venus in Virgo moving into a trine energy with Uranus, right? So remember last week, Venus picked up that beautiful flow of energy from Virgo to Taurus, but to Jupiter. This time, she's beginning to connect deeply with Uranus. And this again is another saving grace. This really, and especially because the eclipse is occurring in the sign of Taurus, where Venus likes to be, right? And so there's this kind of little bit of a Uranian edge to this eclipse, right? There's something about it that's going to free you up in some way. It's going to break through for you. It's going to break free for you. But the thing is, it's so much energy that it might not feel harmonious or comfortable while you're experiencing it. So keep that in mind. We complete the week with October 29th, still that strong conjunction between the mind, the mouth, and your will, your drive, right? That's Mercury touching Mars. High vibe it, okay? Stay away from lower scorpionic energies like secrets, like manipulation, control, revenge. I was listening to this marvelous podcast. If you don't know about the Astrology podcast with Chris Brennan, absolutely epic. They also have a YouTube channel that they offer this information on, and they were talking about people who have their natal chart who have Mars in Scorpio, and they mentioned Taylor Swift, which if you know some of her songs and this kind of like how she kind of can focus on revenge, so to speak, thought that was very interesting. But watch that, right? You know, revenge, what is revenge? Revenge is just karmic repercussions coming back on you, right? It's not exactly how it works. So I would avoid those lower scorpionic traits, but enjoy the depth, enjoy the truth, enjoy the physicality of it, right? For a water sign, I love how just deeply you have to feel into your body in order to really understand Scorpio energy. So enjoy that. The moon will also amplify this on the 29th because it will move into the trine with Venus, and then it will touch Uranus and Taurus. So that's another activation. And really consider this eclipse energy in play a couple days before and several days after, right? Eclipses reverberate out throughout our world, our charts. And so don't assume once you make it through the 28th that you're done with the energy, because you're not. All right. I am wishing you the best as we wrap up the month of October. Remember, we still have a few days left for next week. But this very intense month, this pivotal month, this turning point month that a lot of us will recall for years and years to come, we will recall the way that this month changed the trajectory or path of our being. So I'm wishing you positive symbols. I'm wishing you harmonious change. And stick around for the tarot. If you found this useful, helpful, please comment below. Please share it with a friend. Hop on my website. I've been blogging regularly, so I've got a lot of new content on there, and I've got a new course coming up as well. So I'll see you there. Namaste. Hello, my friends, and welcome to your planetary energy forecast. We're doing the tarot spread for the week of October 23rd, 2023. 10-2-3-2-3. All right. So let's take a look at this eclipse week with our Isis Lotus tarot spread. This offers us two distinct ways to work with the energy for the week. Reading for the collective. All right. So, first card, the past. Where are we coming from? Six of Swords. We've been trying to find our way to someplace safer, someplace better, someplace more calm, okay? So we're coming through something. So this is very positive. All right. The present environment, you, Knight of Wands, you are ready to do something. You're angry, upset, or just emotional, or even just like feeling very strong, empowered, and ready to make a change, okay? The environment that you're in, the Emperor, you are really wanting to be more in charge, to feel like you have more of a say. You're more autonomous. You're more making the big decisions, the big picture, the big cosmos decisions, the big cosmos picture. As these energies culminate, Eight of Wands, something is going to rapidly shift. The key card of the future, Queen of Pentacles. You have got to be taking care of your money, your resources, the basics, food, water, shelter. All right. This augurs well for those things, but you need to stay super grounded and practical. All right. The opposing forces in play, the Hierophant. So this traditional method, the advice that somebody gives you, all right? Or the Moon, trusting your intuition, going deep, really looking at the events on the surface and understanding how they reveal more that's going on. All right. Near future detail, Five of Swords. You have the potential, okay, that you wish to avoid, of being hyper focused on one outcome or one thing and not aware of the outcomes, the collateral damage, so to speak, of the choices that you're making. So you must be very cautious. The modifiers to the Five of Swords. Well, I've got 2 cards that have popped up here. 3 cards that have popped up here. All right, that's pretty unusual. First one's the Magician that says, hey, yeah, you can figure this out. The Five of Cups says, hey, you're really way too focused on what hasn't worked out and you need to look at the positive. And then Three of Wands says, hey, you've moved in the right direction already. All right. Very interesting. On the other side, we've got the Five of Pentacles. Again, we had this last week, right? And so there's this sense of lack, this concern. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right. Over here on the Hierophant side, here's the Queen of Swords. She's logical, she's practical, she's rational, she's thinking things through, she's making lists, she's intellectual, she's smart. Paired with the Five of Pentacles, we have the Page of Pentacles. Now, that's pretty great because of the Queen of Pentacles, all right? So this is the idea that, yes, I feel a lack now, I don't have the money now, I don't have the time now, I don't have the resources, but I have an idea to create them. All right. And our 2 possible progressions or solutions. On the Hierophant side, we have the Nine of Swords. We're fretting, we're worrying, we're stressed. Okay. This is really showing a lot of intellectual stress this week. On the Moon side, we've got the Star. We realize we've got to pick up the pieces, put things together, work on developing, helping, healing, hope, optimism. Paired with that Nine of Swords on the Hierophant side, the Eight of Cups, the Tupac Shakur card, as I call it. There's something you're going to have to walk away from. Okay, you're just going to have to move on. Whatever it is that's blocking your light, your optimism, the thing that's keeping you from what it is that you want, that you're trying to achieve, you're going to have to let it go. Over here on the Moon side with the Star, the Ace of Pentacles. Some kind of brand new beginning. Very practical, very grounded. All right, these are 2 very different ways to work with the energy, but remember, it does have a financial or resource focus because we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So on the one side, you check in with somebody. You maybe try the traditional approach to things. You talk to an advisor. You talk to a friend. You talk to somebody who's in charge. And they might offer you advice that's just too narrow. You need to rely on yourself. You need to focus on what has worked for you in the past, not what has not worked. You're moving in the right direction. Be intellectual about it. Try not to worry, and you will have to walk away from something. Or on the other side, again, we start with the Queen of Pentacles and resources, but you're relying on intuition. You're trying to read between the lines, under the surface, but there's something, again, there's something you're missing, okay? And there's this sense of lack. You cannot attract what you need if you're in this state of lack. So develop that idea. Really work on that idea and look for something that's really going to kind of pick up the pieces of what has fallen apart and then initiate that idea. Do not wait. Two distinct ways to work with the energy. I hope that your second eclipse of the cycle and the working through towards the end of this month is going well for you. If you found this useful and helpful, please comment below. It does help the channel to grow. And I will see you next week. Bye.